Romeo 4C from MF Ghost. Um, give you guys a quick rundown on what we're doing today. Today we're gonna head on to the festival. I'm gonna give you guys a build, or well, I'm gonna start with I can't talk today. I'm gonna start with showing you guys how to make the car look the way it looks. There's the words I'm looking for. Then build and tune. Of course, I'm gonna give share codes for designs and the tune. I'm gonna take it outside, do a few rivals laps so you guys can see what the car can do. But first, do we have wheel spins? We do not. I thought we did. Today's Thursday. Or you know what, it's Friday, so we get the wheel spins, huh? That's right. Oh well. Next time. A little Bernie before we go inside. Getting up to Mustang activities a little bit. Just a little. So, beginning with the design, I believe this all is just stock. Like, I didn't change any of this. Of course, these are the stock wheels. Yeah, this remains stock. Then moving on over here. Just want to get your number 18 and slap it in the middle of the door. That's about it for this car. I believe that I made this number. Don't judge me for my username. I was like 8 years old when I made this account. I don't feel like paying to change my name. I did. Okay, perfect. So if you want, you can use my number 18 that I made. The share code for this is 825-636-165. Again, that is 825-636-165. If you want to use someone else's, you can. It's up to you. Or if you want to make your own. But you pretty much just want to put that like in the middle of the door. Let me get you guys the share code for this design right now. I always forget to upload these before I record, but it's fine. Here it is. Whoops. Now we head on, what am I doing right now? Okay. So to get it, you can search me by my username. Or you can use the share code that I'm about to give you right now, which is 408-824-465. One more time, that is 408-824-465. Okay, now build and tune. Starting with the build, stock engine swap and stock drivetrain swap. There's no conversions on this one. Then for aero, I believe it all remains stock as well. Man, I'm just like out of it today. Head is not in the game. Guys, for the rear, you do want the straight rear wing, or spoiler. It's not really a wing. Stock side skirts, because we do not have police lights on the car from the show. So Then you want the semi-slick race tire compound, 265mm front tires, 295mm rear tires, then stock wheels. The rim size remains stock. For the rear track width, you want the maxed out one. For the front track width, you want the like sort of middle upgrade, the second one. For the drivetrain, you want the race clutch, race transmission, race driveline, and race differential. Race brakes, race suspension, race front anti-roll bars, race rear anti-roll bars, no roll cage, and race weight reduction. Now on to the engine bits. We have a race intake, race fuel system, race ignition, race valves, race cams, race exhaust, race block, race pistons, the stock turbo. I did this mainly for handling purposes and because I don't really want to bump into that S2 territory. I'm trying to keep all of these cars S1 so they can kind of compete with each other. So yeah. Race flywheel, race oil and cooling, and race intercooler. Moving on over to the tune. The tires are 26 in the front, 27.5 in the rear. Gearing 2.20 final drive, the rest remains stock. Alignment negative 2.8 in the front, negative 1.5 in the rear. The toe, you want 0.8 outward in the front, negative 1.5 for the rear. For the front caster angle, you want 5.6 anti-roll bars, 22.9 in the front, 13.7 in the rear. For springs, 385.0 in the front, 327.9 in the rear. Ride height is 3.4 front and back. Damping, for the rebound, you want 7.8 in the front, 9.3 in the rear. Bump, you want 3.6 in the front, 4.3 in the rear. Aero should be stock. I told you not to put anything on here. Braking, 43% for the towards the rear for the balance and 57% pressure. Finally, for the differential, 71% acceleration, 44% deceleration. Now I need to give you guys the share code. So my reasoning for the turbo, like leaving it the stock one and not the excuse me. Yeah, pretty much my reasoning for leaving it stock and not doing the race turbo is for handling, because the back end of this car is a little bit jumpy, so it's best that we don't make it do that more. Okay, so for the tune, what's kind of stupid about this game that they should definitely fix with Horizon 6 is why can't I access share codes from the My Tunes section? Why do I have to search to be able to do it? Okay, the share code for the tune is 145019997. One more time is 145019997. Let's go take this thing for a spin. The way I've been doing this is starting rivals and doing 4 laps, because the dig lap is obviously going to be slower. So that gives it 3 good like flying laps around the circuit. So far, like the average time for these MF Ghost cars are on 1 minute and 5 seconds, which really isn't too far off of my personal best for this course at 102. I don't think that this car will really catch that 102, just because like that Z has like all the aero pieces. It's like been fine-tuned over like probably a week of testing and everything. Like that car is dialed in. So I don't think this is gonna catch that, but I think that later in this series, once we get into like this out of the sports car territory and we start getting into supercars, we might have a shot at like at least catching the 102, if not passing it. Yeah, that thing flies. And if we're closer to it in the next laps, you'll see how it slingshots out of this corner right here. Like I don't like using the term slingshot because that means something else entirely, especially in racing. But like I don't know how else to describe it other than it just like slingshots itself out of that corner. Like it exits corners like a rocket ship. But enough about that car, because that's not what we're here for today. We're here for the Alfa Romeo 4C. So pretty stable, handles good. It's the back end of this car will kick on you in the corner if you like come in too late, hit the brakes too hard, or if you're a little too hard on the gas coming out of a corner. But it's a fairly forgiving car if that does happen. Damn it. Okay, it's whatever. It's the opening lap. And I'm not really shooting for clean laps. I'm going purely based on time. Where was it? Yeah, so the back end will get a little loose on you from time to time in the corners, which I'm sure it will on me at some point. Like right there. But it's fairly forgiving when it does. Like you're not gonna spin out. Like it's pretty easy to recover this car. Dang, we might beat the Z in the Alpha. Unless I do that and completely botch. But like I said, I'm not really shooting for it yet. And like, normally these MF Ghost cars will get out ahead of the Z in that first corner. But on the, oh damn it. But on the exit of that first corner, normally the Z will shoot past. That's crazy. There's a real shot here on this 4th lap. I mean, like, I'm going to end it on the 4th lap regardless of whether I beat the Z or not, but there's a real shot. That honestly surprised me a little bit. I bet you it's because this thing is mid-engine. Or is this mid or rear? I never really thought about it. I think it's mid. I don't know. Alfa Romeos aren't really my expertise. So 103 on the best lap for this car, which as of right now, this is the fastest one in the series. I mean, like, I know we're only like 4 or 5 cars in. 102. So 102, a minute and 2 seconds. So I think that this definitely has a real shot at beating the Z then. I mean, like, that's for another day, but because I don't want to keep you guys here forever and ever while I try to beat that damn Z. But a minute and 2 seconds. So this is now the fastest car in the MF Ghost lineup, is the Alfa Romeo 4C. I mean, it makes sense. It's smaller. Oh yeah, it's definitely mid-engine now that I look at it. Yeah, small, mid-engine, little sports car. Probably doesn't weigh much. So yeah. Now we're gonna do donuts, because that's what we end all the videos around here. But one thing I will say is, this makes me fairly excited to see what the rest of this series looks like. Because if we're already like clocking 102s, and we're like at the beginning of the series, like we're only 4 or 5 episodes deep of like a 20 car series probably. I'm excited to see what the supercars have in store. Cause like we have like Ferraris and Huracans and GTRs and stuff that we haven't even touched on. So it's gonna get real interesting towards the end of this. We might have like 1 minute or less around that circuit. You never know. But without further ado, thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you in the next video. That is all for me today.